Hey, my name is Will and I make cool things in Keynote. Today, I'm going to show you 3 ways to level up your presentations within a Zoom meeting. Tip number 1, you got to use the correct slide size. There are 2 default slide sizes, 4x3 and 16x9. Me personally, when presenting in real life, I actually prefer 4x3 slide size for various reasons that I won't get into today. But you're not presenting in real life. You're doing this within a Zoom meeting online. So you got to use the 16x9 slide size, because people are watching this on a screen, and screens are 16x9.
So how you change the slide size is this. Once you open up Keynote, come over here to the top right. You can click either wide 16x9 or standard 4x3. Make sure it's 16x9, and then you can click on a presentation. Let's just go with basic white, and here you are. But if you want to make it 4x3, what you can do is you go to Document, and over here under Slide Size, 16x9, you can change it. Bam, back to 4x3. So the reason you need to use 16x9 aspect ratio is because inside of Zoom, it looks like this. This is just a screen grab. If you notice on the right, there's the video feed. You can't help it. It's going to be there. So you need to fit your presentation on the complete left-hand side of the screen. You need all the extra room of a 16x9 aspect ratio to be able to fit your presentation here, because the live video feed will be here. So that being said, let me show you a presentation. Notice how all the content is pushed all the way to the left. It's because you need to leave room for the video feed.
Tip number 2 is to use Magic Move. I cannot tell you how much Magic Move is visually appealing to the eye. It gives the viewer a more immersive experience, whether in real life or on a screen. But on a screen, especially if you're in a meeting and you have a boss or your important client is there and you're sharing your screen with them, Magic Move can be an impressive way to level up your presentation. I made a whole video on it right here that you can click on if you want to learn how to do that. But within Zoom, it can be as simple as just moving a screenshot from one slide to the other.
And so to give you an example, here's a PDF that somebody else made that I had to share with my students in a Zoom meeting the other day. And so I put it into a presentation, and I wanted to show them this part down here. And so in order to do that, I screenshotted it, which means I went Command-Shift-4, and then I dragged the part over here to get a photo of what I wanted. And then I came over to the presentation, drag and drop it. So now this screenshot is in our presentation. And so what you want to do is go Command-D to duplicate the slide. And on the second slide, well, on the first slide, make sure under Animate, add an effect, Magic Move. And so on the second slide, you want to make this as big and legible as possible, like this. Same thing, add an effect, Magic Move. We'll duplicate this slide, and then we'll move this screenshot all the way up so they can see the bottom eventually, right about there. And if I hit play, this is what it looks like. Here you see all of it, and you have room on the right for the video feed. You zoom in, then you move it up. Very seamless, Magic Move.
All right, and the last tip, tip 3. You got to annotate what's on the screen. In order to bring attention what you want them to look at, use line shapes with white builds to underline, use transparent rectangles with white builds to highlight. I made a whole video on that right here. Use circles with no fill and line draw builds to circle something. Annotating is super important because the people who are watching your screen share, they got to know where to look.
So I'm going to show you 3 simple annotations, and I'm going to use the same Keynote that I was using earlier. The 3 annotations are going to be underlining, circling, and highlighting. Let's start with underlining. Come up here to Shape, and we'll go with a simple line. Come over here to Format, and let's make it a red line. And so we'll make it red. Let's make it about 8 points so you can see it a little bit better. And let's say I want people to see this part. Demonstrates a complex, Control-D, understanding. So that's what I want underlined. To animate it, we're going to highlight both of them. Go Animate, Build In, and we're going to go with Wipe. And that way, it looks like an underline. Under build order, make sure the second line is after build 1. You hit preview, there's your underline. So let's go to the next page. I'll show you a circle. So go back to shape. You can use either circle. I like this one because it has rounder edges. And you go to format, go to border. We need to give it a line. Let's make it a blue line just for sake of making it a different color. Under fill, go no fill. And here is your circle. Let's say this bullet point is the one we want them to read. Drag it like that. Under animate, build in. I like to use line draw. And it draws a line. It's a little bit slow. Let's make it, instead of 2 seconds, let's make it 1 second. Hit preview. Perfect. So that's how you circle something. Let's go to the third slide. This is how you highlight something. Let's go with shape this time. We're going to go with a rectangle. And we're going to make this rectangle bright yellow because that's kind of what the color of highlighters are most of the time. And we're going to make the opacity 50%, not 100%. And let's say I want them to see this bullet point. So I'm going to drag it over the text, go Command D, drag it over this text, go Command D again, drag it over this text. I'm going to highlight all three of them, come over here to animate, build in, wipe, and the last thing you got to do is make sure under build order, highlight the second two, make sure after previous build so it's all together, hit preview. Nope. Hit preview. And there is your highlight. So let's play it from the beginning. Here's your underline. It magic moves. Here's your circle. Magic moves some more. And here's your highlight. So all three of these annotations completely level up your Zoom presentation.
All right, so there you have your 3 tips: slide size, magic move, annotate. Now go and kill your next Zoom presentation. Until the next time, guys, bye-bye.